Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Midland Reporter-Telegram's Area Football Report. Well, we're back to it again. It's week 0 here with Area Football. Excuse me, we're going to be talking about 4 games today. I'm here with Oscar Leroy. Well, first of all, Oscar, the big game at Grande tomorrow, Thursday night. Coahoma versus Greenwood starts off the ASCO Midland Football Madness. 2 teams, big changes offensively. First of all, just talk a little bit about how things have been going at Greenwood and how have things looked for them after their first 2 scrimmages.
Well, things have gone better than maybe I expected, but you know, Coach Hanna has been really pleased with the progress they've made. They have improved in the last couple of scrimmages. They scrimmaged both Midland Christian and then Pecos, and they improved after that Midland Christian.
So they got the snap.
They got the snap down, and he said the receivers have improved their blocking, which is critical, and their pass catching abilities. So it's looking a little bit better. We'll see. when the lights come on Thursday night, what happens. I think that's the key. But it's becoming more of a habit for them, and that's what he wants. And that offense is more of a habit. He's very pleased with the way they've worked. He expected that. The defense is looking really well, and that might carry them early in the season. Yeah,
it seems like the kids have really bought into what he's trying to do over there, which can really make a big difference for a coach. Let's talk about a little bit this game with Coahoma. Coahoma going to the wing tee. I mean, obviously Greenwood's going to try to put some balls in the air, but this one's probably going to be pretty low scoring tomorrow, isn't it?
It probably will be.
One team trying to go to the spread, another team trying to go to the wing tee, still trying to get used to it. So, what do you think is going to happen tomorrow?
Well, from what I understand, the Coahoma kids have bought into the wing tee offense as well. So, I think defense is going to dictate a lot of this. If Greenwood can make a few big plays through their passing game, Coahoma needs to run the ball. They're going to have to run the ball effectively. If they can do that, then they got a shot to stay in the game. And it could be low scoring. It depends if the Greenwood receivers can actually catch the ball with defenders on them. And actually hitting them. So we'll see what happens, but it could be a low scoring game.
What's your score?
It could be like 20 to 14.
I like Greenwood in this one. I think it's going to be 15 to 13. I think it's going to be really low scoring. I think it's going to be a game where offense is going to be tough for both squads. Well, we go to the Wigwam in Seminole on Friday. Very interesting matchup. Midland Christian Coach Greg McClendon said today he's been very pleased with how well his offense has showed some consistency, and his defense has been flying to the football. Seminole. That's a perennial playoff team. I mean, what do we think is going to happen with that one? I mean, could that one probably be one of the better games tomorrow night as far as Friday night as far as matchups?
Definitely, because both teams have athletes. Seminole will still need to see how they do offensively. I think that's something that Coach Chris Birch expressed, that his main concern going into the season is getting some consistency on offense, both at the running back position and especially at the quarterback position. If they can get those areas ironed out, that could be a really good game. Midland Christian's Midland Christian. They're always going to be ready. If it's game 1, they always have some little setbacks early in the season, but I think their tradition and the discipline that they have under Coach Greg McClendon, I think they're always ready to play.
One thing to look out for in this game is that Hunter Redmond is 37 yards from becoming the career rushing leader in Midland Christian's history. So Seminole may know that, may try to keep him from doing it. I think he may end up breaking the record on Friday night. I'll start with this one with the score. I really think Midland Christian's going to win this one. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think Midland Christian's defense does have some question marks, but I think this game is going to be 21-17. Midland Christian, what do you think is going to happen?
Going into Wigwam is tough, but Midland Christian, I think, to me, has a little bit more offense going in there, but just barely, 24-21.
Okay. Then we go to Andrews. San Angelo Lakeview will travel up to Andrews, the former district rivals. Some of the things we're hearing, Andrews has looked pretty sharp in their scrimmages, and it seems like the seniors, Coach Cordell has a system in place. Could this be the start of what could be a good season for the Mustangs on Friday night?
You bet. I mean, Lakeview lost their quarterback from last year, which as you recall, he threw for 7 touchdowns against Greenwood in that game.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's gone, so I don't know what their quarterback situation is like. But Andrews has got a lot of experience coming back. This could be really just the start of a big season for them. It only gets tougher in district, but I think Andrews it just rolls past Lakeview 40-20.
I like Andrews in this one as well, and I think Andrews will probably win this one 38-17. In our final game, the Big Spring Steers will travel to Fort Stockton to take on the Panthers. Interesting matchup. Fort Stockton has had some issues. They've got some huge pieces to fill as well. Big Spring does as well, but I really think all indications are Big Spring, they may have some pieces to fill, but all indications are Big Spring seems to be doing okay so far this year.
They had trouble scoring in their scrimmage against Estacado over the weekend. That's a concern going in. We all know that they have to replace a lot of offensive starters. You know, we don't, with the exception of the offensive line, which returns intact.
Right.
So whether or not they can score, that's going to be the key. You know, right now they didn't score against Estacado, but Estacado's got a lot of kids coming back.
Right.
They're picked to win their district. So I mean, Estacado and Fort Stockton does not match up with Estacado. Let's
Right.
just be honest.
Right.
And Fort Stockton might not match up with the athletes that Big Spring has.
Right.
The question is, will Fort Stockton have enough experience coming back to overset that?
You're right.
You know, but I like Big Spring just because there's more athletes on the field for them.
Has Richie been pleased, Coach Richie, been pleased with his offensive line's play? Because you can, when having an experienced offensive line like that back can make a difference, especially when you're trying to train skill players, isn't it? I mean, was there issues, just stuff in the backfield with execution?
No, as far as it's just getting them reps.
Right.
You know, a lot of these kids don't have many varsity reps, so getting them used to what their offense is that's going to be the key. And then breaking in a new quarterback, and breaking in new receivers, that's going to be tough.
Right.
The offensive line knows what it's doing.
Right. Right.
They know what they're doing. In fact, Richie said that it's tough because these guys already know what they're doing, and these other guys don't.
Right. Right.
So that's the weird thing that's going on right now. But if like I said, those athletes they've got athletes in Big Spring.
Right.
They've got good athletes at every position.
Right.
Now all they need is experience.
Well, who do you think's going to win this game?
I'm gonna pick Big Spring 17-10.
Wow, low scoring game. I think Big Spring is going to win this one too. I think they're a little bit more talented, maybe have a little bit more depth than Fort Stockton. I think they may score some points in this one. I think that they're going to win 21-14. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Midland Reporter Telegram's Area Football Report. That's Oscar Leroy. I'm Len Hayward. Thanks for joining us.